been in the industry for around about 16 years prior to starting my own company. Decided that it was time to basically go out on my own and decided to start my own freight company. And that was obviously achieved around the 3rd of September 2012. Within 9 months, we were very successful, building a really strong customer base, and we just progressed from there on. So we moved from that location to another location, and we just continued to grow. And as a result, we are where we are today. I grew up in Laylaw in Victoria. I was in the Broadmeadows region, so very difficult childhood. Back then there was a lot of crime, there was a lot of drugs, and we're talking many, many years ago, so that definitely may have changed. But me personally, I was always different to everybody else. I wasn't going to pubs and clubs at an early age. I didn't drink alcohol before I was of age. I was wanted to complete my school, and then by that stage my friends were getting their truck licence, so I just thought it was a good idea at the time. My first job in transport was lugging bricks around as a truck jockey for someone else. So effectively I got my truck licence and then obviously landed my first driving job delivering to pubs and clubs throughout Victoria, and I was an 18-year-old, so I was probably one of the youngest brewery drivers back then. I just felt that there was something better out there for me. And that drove me my whole working life. I went from a truck driver to a fleet allocator to an operations manager to a general manager and to a director of a company prior to starting this one during my journey. I was going to be a freight broker. So a freight broker is a little bit different. They don't own trucks. Effectively what they do is they act as a mediator. But I felt if I was to do that, I would lose control over our customers, because when you're relying on someone to manage the freight gets handed to several different companies, and I didn't want that. I actually wanted to be able to control it, control the environment, and more importantly, it was about retention as well. Servicing the customer extremely well, and then it's not all price driven, it's about the service that we provide. Freight Assist Australia was going to be Complete Logistics Solutions, then I changed it at the last minute to National Transport and Logistics, and then obviously we went on to securing shared facilities, and then we grew from there. When I first actually decided to get back into this line of business, there was too much noise in the business. The phone didn't stop. There was complaint after complaint. The service levels weren't up to our customers' expectations. So I thought, how do we separate ourselves from the rest? The objective was to take the noise out of the business, deliver on your promise, get the freight delivered to the customer, and you won't get the noise. The phones don't ring off the hook because the service levels have been achieved every single day. And the reason why we've grown so dramatically is because it's all word of mouth. We're getting a lot of referred business. You have to be a little bit niche in certain areas. You can't be all things to everybody, and I think you have to realise that. Focus on your niche, make sure you've got strong revenues, make sure you're profitable, making sure you've got good staff. Number one rule is look after your customers. There's thousands of companies out there doing the same thing, but there's a lot of companies that they think for today, not tomorrow. We're innovators. We're continually looking at our work environment. Our strategic plan is you build it, they will come. So we aligned ourselves with warehouses in strategic locations, and we went larger than what we needed with the view of growth. We invest in a lot of our own equipment. So we buy the equipment that is suitable for our customers' applications, and we continually review that regularly. We've recently invested in Super Doubles, Super Bs, and that gives us a 210 carrying capacity versus a standard double drop deck trailer set, which is a maximum of around about 135. So we're reducing the amount of our carbon footprint by reducing the amount of trucks on the road by increasing trailer capacity. I love seeing my trucks on the road. I love getting messages from friends, taking photos of my trucks driving down the highway. We're nationally recognised now.
In 2012, got a call from Dean. I was working at a telecom company, and he needed assistance with setting up his IT systems. So I come on board to set that up in the early stages. Well, the company's come a long way. We've started from nothing. So in 2012, it was just an idea of Dean's, and we've been able to scale that back to 75 plus employees with us now. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. There was a lot of roadblocks along the way. Sleepless nights, working from 7, 9 in the morning till 12 at night.
From the very start, I was working from start to finish, from 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night to the last truck left. Even when we started this business, I was out there driving trucks. I was loading the trucks. I've been in that environment where you're flogged to death. Effectively, you're wearing multiple hats, and the expectation back in those days was extremely high. You didn't go home until the job was done. I don't want that for my staff. I don't want them doing unrealistic hours to the point that it's not enjoyable and they don't get to spend time with their own family. That's the culture we've created here. We try and maintain a very health and safety work environment for all of our staff. We try not to overwork our staff. Our key is I want my staff to want to come to work.
This is Industry Leaders. Still ahead, bulk freight and logistics company Freight Assist's Managing Director Dean Wrigley is joined by his wife, son, daughter and nephew as they discuss the challenges of working with family and surviving the pandemic.